Hey everyone, I'm Adam Harry with
Michael from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
Today we've got some monster hunting for you. Michael, what'd you bring, man?
So, we got a new book here for the Monster of the Week RPG.
Sweet.
This is the Tome of Mysteries.
Ooh.
So if you're a fan of Monster of the Week, I know it's been on a couple popular
Yeah.
podcasts. It's a really great RPG, and this one's actually a huge, awesome expansion book for you. New playbooks and adventures and all sorts of things.
Sweet. So give us a quick overview of what Monster of the Week is and then kind of what this book adds.
Yeah, so Monster of the Week basically is an RPG where it's similar to like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Supernatural, kind of a mystery and exploration game about finding, hunting down, and maybe killing or maybe not killing monsters.
So you're kind of like Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo gang,
a little bit,
but with weapons.
A little bit, yeah. A little Scooby, a little Buffy, a little Supernatural, a little bit of all
Cool.
of those. And this book adds new, what are called playbooks. They're kind of like character classes.
Gotcha.
So in the original book, you have, the divine sort of character, the half monster sort of character. This adds some new ones. And it also has a whole bunch, I believe it's almost 30 new mysteries for you to play. So I believe it's called Keeper, sort of like your game master.
Gotcha.
A whole bunch of new things for you to play through.
Cool. Well, let's take a look. Monster of the Week. Tome of Mysteries. Ooh.
Not a Tomb of Mysteries.
Not a tomb. Well, if you die, it will be your tomb.
You could die in a Tomb of Mysteries.
That's right.
Or you could not and read the Tome of Mysteries.
All right, so let's flip this one over real quick.
Sure,
Again, not a whole lot on the back, but
it gives you a brief rundown. So you've got your different moves, which are really cool. The weird moves, specifically for your sort of magical people.
Sure.
Some new playbooks, some helpful tips. Are really nice, and then you've got 29 fully detailed mysteries ready for your game.
Excellent. So, and those are just going to be kind of
like adventures
ideas
in another game, or campaigns, perhaps.
Sweet.
So,
so flipping through here,
a lot of creators and authors in here, which is really cool.
This is kind of like a graphic novel style-ish. Like
a little bit.
It's black and white mostly.
Yeah.
But it's got
some interesting. It's got some interesting.
It's got artwork and other stuff going on here too.
So we can flip through there's some, like I said, some interesting new moves. We'll flip to. Nothing super crazy. We're not going to go over them too heavy.
Yeah.
But you can see you've got alternative weird basic moves. So use magic is your normal weird basic move.
Sure.
Which is kind of general and broad for using any sort of magical thing.
Yeah.
There's some alternative ones, like empath here, illuminated. So whatever really fits your character type best.
Yeah. No limit.
Trust your gut, which would be good for like a detective type of character, maybe for a weird move. So some interesting stuff there as far as new options, at least.
Yeah.
Because weird moves are always kind of the most interesting things.
I love this telekinesis next to weird science.
Yeah, weird science is great too. Yeah, there's a lot of awesome stuff for this is adapting with strange devices and of course fling something with your mind if you wanted to do
mind bullets, Kyle.
Yeah. Let's flip to the playbooks though. Those are what's really interesting. So
some more special moves.
Yeah, some different stuff. Here's your new hunters right here. So the
first
first one,
there's a list here. We have a gumshoe, the hex.
Pararomantic
and the searcher.
So the gumshoes, like I was talking about, this is basically your typical hard-boiled detective, which is a really interesting choice if you want to play in a certain era. Maybe you have all your different special abilities, your ratings, all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Those of you familiar with Monster of the Week will know what you're looking at here. You get through that, and you're on to the hex, which is basically kind of your witchy kind of character.
Okay.
They're interesting. They can use magic. They're a little strange, but they're definitely magic users. They want their weird score to be pretty high. All sorts of stuff like that. You've got your pararomantic, which is essentially you have a romantic connection with some sort of spiritual creature or something like that.
Okay.
Kind of a shape of water kind of thing, a little bit, maybe to a degree. But there's both good and bad things.
Sure.
Compared to that. And then you lastly have the searcher, which is a little bit kind of like a skeptic kind of character, but a little more.
This is the Scully.
A little bit, kind of like the skeptic, but not so far Scully. A little bit between.
Kind of in between. Okay.
Yeah, someone who looks and tries to find these sort of weird supernatural things.
Okay.
So those are some interesting new playbooks, different versions of stuff, basically from the main book.
And then there's 29 kind of snares.
New mysteries. Yeah. There's some advice for players, so good things to read through if you're stuck or you want some help.
Yeah.
And then we can flip on the back here. You can see. After we get through the advice section, this is where we've got all our mysteries. So essentially, if you look at the pages, this entire second section of the book is all new mystery options.
Yeah,
and there's way too many to go through now, but there's a whole lot.
Let's just flip one randomly. Here we go.
Let's go to the beginning of one.
Yeah.
Harvest Maze.
Yeah.
What's our concept here?
The hunters investigate a couple's disappearance.
Inspired by the first season Supernatural episode, Scarecrow.
Stephen King's Children of Corn.
Interesting Scarecrow-related maze, corn mazes, rural kind of things like that. So
yeah, and this is really cool because what'll happen is, just to break it down, you'll get the title, obviously, a concept hook. Like we just went through an entire hook that kind of explains what's going on. A quick overview, countdown.
The countdown's the really useful part. Your keeper basically gives you like, here's how this happens, in what order, whether or not your hunters investigate or they don't. So these things will happen regardless of their investigation, but they can change if they do.
Which is really cool.
Yeah,
because
it gives you
it makes the world feel more alive.
Yeah, it gives you that solid layout. You get your villain breakdown, your monster breakdown, and all your NPCs. So again, very simple, very easily laid out. And then you get to the next one. So there's 29 of those. Obviously way too many to go through right now, but it's very, very useful.
And again, you can see through the book, there's lots of really cool artwork to kind of inspire
evocative art to give you an idea of what kind of tone you should be going for.
I love it. I think this book is great. It doesn't matter if you're playing Monster of the Week or if you're playing another whatever RPG, really.
It can be used for other horror RPGs. This one's powered by the Apocalypse, of course. The Monster of the Week system is.
Right.
But this kind of material could easily be adapted to something else.
You don't have to be playing the system.
Yeah,
you can
not necessarily.
borrow from the stories. You can borrow the concepts, things like that, which is super rad. So cool. Let's hop out for a really quick recap. Well, that was Monster of the Week, Tome of Mysteries. Really cool stuff all the way around. Really great resource to have on hand. If you're the game master / keeper, again, you saw what you got in there. Ton of new mysteries to solve.
Great new moves and playbooks for all your players.
Heck yeah.
Super valuable resource for anybody playing, especially this game, because it's one of the first. I think it is the first big expansion book, so very valuable for all Monster of the Week players.
Definitely. Let's crunch numbers for this one real fast. It is $25.
Yep, $25 from Evil Hat Productions, of course.
Yeah,
and it's out now.
Yeah, and it's an RPG edition, so game size, that's all kind of
depends on your player group. Depends how long you take. Your usual RPG stuff. Super great book.
It's brand new in stores right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely available now.
Sweet, go check it out. I'm Adam here from BoLS.
I'm Michael with Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching. Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.